Hello everyone, welcome to Divine Debut. This is Kathy speaking. Thank you for being here. I am doing your mid-month of August till the end of August 2018 general and love readings. I will be doing the divine spread as I have been doing recently. I am using the Tarot 3D, right, which is the Karma or Dharma message. These are only the major arcana 3D cards that I use for the main message. For the rest of the spread, I'm using the Pictorial Key Tarot by David Corsi. Okay, that's for the rest of the spread. Now for the extended Vimeo readings, I'm using the Sibillas, Vera Sibilla by Masenghini, and also the Romance Angels Oracle cards, which are by Doreen Virtue. Okay, those two decks will be used in the Vimeo extended readings. I'd like to thank everyone for their support, for liking, sharing and subscribing, and for the rest of the announcements that I'm going to be making in relation to what is going on with the astrology, as well as all the announcements in relation to the competition on Facebook, etc., and everything else. For those of you that are interested, that part of the reading will be at the end of all the readings, okay? That way I can start with the tarot, and for those of you that are interested in the astrology part and all the announcements, again, as I just said earlier, please wait till the end of the reading, and that way the people who are only interested in the tarot can, go straight onto the tarot so they don't have to stick around for too long. Okay, so I will get started on your tarot at the moment. Right now, thank you again. Hello, dear Capricorn. This is Kathy speaking from Divine Debut. Hope you're all well. This is your mid-August till end of August 2018 general and love reading. This is the divine spread that I am doing again. So I'm shuffling the major arcana 3D tarot by David Corsi, and I'm going to take one card as the Karma or Dharma message for you for the second part of August 2018. What is the Karma or Dharma message from Spirit? Okay. Okay, we have the Fool card. Okay, now with this Fool, this Fool card for me, because we see him standing and not ready to take that leap yet. It does say that you're on a new journey, but there is something that you are waiting for. As you can see, he's looking up above, hoping to receive clarity, information, knowledge, the knowledge from the divine before he can begin this new cycle. Okay, so obviously something has ended for you and you are ready to start a new cycle. Now, it's very on point with the eclipses. The eclipses are all about endings and new beginnings. We've just had a few days ago on the 11th of August, the new moon solar eclipse. It was a partial eclipse in Leo. Right, new moons, we know that we start things, something begins, but a couple of weeks before that, on the 27th of July, we had a full moon lunar eclipse in Aquarius, where we had the eclipse happening right on top of Mars retrograde and the South Node in Aquarius. It was a total lunar eclipse. So with full moons, we know that there are culminations, there are endings to cycles, and there is obviously more clarity, even though with the eclipses we know that they take the light away from the reflection of the sun to the moon, and that lasted for about, so we had a dark phase of the moon for about an hour and a half, roughly. Very major eclipse. Let's see what your reading says for mid to end of August. Okay, in the distant past, we've got the Judgment card. Now, in the position of what's hidden and you do not know of, we've got the Ace of Wands. In the recent past, let me put them a bit closer. In the recent past, we have the Justice card. In the present position, we've got the Four of Cups. Now, crowning your reading and your goal is the Ten of Cups. The advice and the action to take is to get out of this mental prison, obviously. Get out of your fear, dear Capricorn. Now, the outcome card is the Star. This is beautiful. Now, was it Scorpio? Yes. Yes, it must have been Scorpio that had the Star card twice. So could some of you be dealing with a Scorpio? Now in the divine position here, very important position, we've got the Ten of Pentacles. Beautiful, dear Capricorn. So we've got Ten of Pentacles, Ten of Cups. Know that whatever you're about to take a leap of faith into, it's going to pay off for you. Is it money? Is it business? Is it the family money? Is it your lineage? The generational wealth, which would mean support, anything to do with physical and tangible goods. Pentacles always speak about financial success and abundance. The Ten of Pentacles also shows the family, the generations. So this is a payoff. Now, it's funny because with the outcome card being the Star card, this is a wish come true. Now, the Star always speaks of Aquarian energy. Now, Aquarius, of course, is where the full moon lunar eclipse took place. And the Star card always speaks of healing, hope, healing and hope, a wish fulfillment, social media, communication through the internet. Aquarius is all about socializing, groups, associations, people that you deal with, friends, and also, as I said, wishes. So getting granted your wish. Now, we've got the Judgment card, and this is the root of your reading. This is where everything begins. So this is the card of Scorpio because it is Pluto. Scorpio is all about death and transformation. I've already mentioned Scorpio with the Star card. Scorpio is where Jupiter is. Jupiter is blessing all our lives. Now you've also got, in the recent past, you've got the Justice card. So you've got Judgment, which is being granted a second chance. For me, this is rising up from your ashes. Something that has died, it is time for it to move away from your life, fall away, because justice needs to be brought forward for you. This is in the recent past. Now, justice is a number 11. Okay, number 11 for me is a new doorway. As you could see, she's sitting between two pillars, going through the justice system. Now, some of you may be dealing with the law, as I said, going towards finding your balance, because justice does bring in balance. It's the scales, right? Libra. Libra is where Venus is at the moment that I'm doing this reading. Now, some of you may be dealing with legal issues. Others of you are just finding your balance. You may even be dealing with a Libran individual, right? Now, we do have in the action and advice to take, you do have the Eight of Swords, and this is a mental prison, right? It is a swords card, but looking at this card, yes, she is blindfolded, which says that she is lacking information. But we do know that with this card, it's more mental anguish. It's not real. It's like being stuck in your fears, feeling as though you cannot move. So the advice is that you are not stuck. You can move freely. So some of you may be getting out of a relationship with a Libran individual, a Libran person, someone who is of an air sign. It could be Libra, Aquarius, or Gemini, but Libra is more prominent here. So dealing with issues in relation to a Libra, more than likely. And the Judgment card is just saying that it's time for you to rise up. It is time for you to get moving. Why? Because in the hidden position, you've got a new start. Okay, the Ace of Wands is also a card which is, it's like having an ace up your sleeve. There is a passionate, creative, maybe business that you are starting. This could also be a new relationship that is on the cards for you. Why? Because this is like the light bulb going on, right? It's like having power, getting the power. It's fire. And that's what usually when we talk about Pluto, right, which is the ruler of Scorpio, and Scorpio is also one of the most fiery and most passionate water signs, because they are ruled by Pluto and also ruled by Mars. Now, Mars is retrograde still, okay, and it is moving backwards. It's already moved into your sign, okay, so it's working overtime. It will be moving direct in about 10 days. So it's working hard to bring you what you are, trying to force. And it can be a very forceful sort of an energy, especially when it's retrograde, because it's like it's on overdrive, right? So it's working overtime, as I wanted to say. Now, the Ace of Wands, again, it's fiery, and I do believe it's dealing with anything to do with what Mars is doing right now. And Mars is moving towards Pluto. Pluto is at 19 degrees in your sign, retrograde also, as well as Mars being at 29 degrees. So Mars is moving towards Pluto. Now, I do believe that there is a brand new beginning for you since you have been given a second chance, and the karma and dharma position is the Fool, which is a 0, right? It's a 0. It's beginning that new cycle, getting ready to begin something again. Now, could you be dealing again, as I said before, could the new person in your life, and this is in relation to love, be a Scorpio? Because we've got quite a few cup cards, right? In the present position, we've got the Four of Cups. Now, fours always speak of our family, our heritage, our roots, our parents, right? And our stability. Four of Cups is usually, as I see this card, that Ace of Cups is like standing out away from those Three of Cups. Now the Three of Cups are still standing, which say to me the Three of Cups are a celebration, right? It could be through socializing, anything to do with Aquarius. Socializing, going out. Maybe there has been, or maybe there will be, because this is in the present position, an offer, the Ace of Cups being offered to you, but you are not noticing it, or it's just not the right time for you to really look at this offer, right? Now the Four of Cups, for those of you that are dealing with legal issues, there may be an offer on the table that you can either accept and move forward. What I think is that the Four of Cups, because it's a four, it deals with family, right? So could you be in a legal situation through anything to do with a family? Now this can be your closest one-on-one family. It could even be your extended family, right? It's going to be different for everyone. Obviously, this is a general reading. The Four of Cups does speak of stability, and having it right next to that Ten of Cups, right? And I'm not doing reversals, I'm just going by what my intuition is screaming out to me. I would say that this is a good offer and you need to look at it again. Now, just a warning that in 3 days, Mercury is going to be moving direct. Mars is still retrograde as well for another 1.5 weeks. So it is the right time to look, to look over things, like to redo things. When we have retrograde planets, it's like we get the chance to go over things again, redo things, try and work through the energy so we can, once those personal planets start moving direct, and I don't know if a lot of you know, it's that when they start to station direct, it means that they've got a period of when they're starting to move forward, but they haven't picked up momentum. So it's still, yes, they will start moving direct, Mercury and Mars, but you still have some time where you can still work through this energy. And as I said, my intuition is saying, look over this offer. There is promise here. Whether this is love. Now with the Ace of Wands, and it is a fire. It is a fire that is beginning, something that is sparking up, something new. With the Sun being in Leo, it's the right time to start anything creative, anything to do with what you feel strongly about, what is near and dear to your heart, because that's what Leo rules, the heart. Now, crowning your reading, we've got the Ten of Cups. The Ten of Cups is fulfillment, bliss, happy family, happiness on all fronts, in all the stages of our life. And the Sun being in Leo is all about doing things that make you happy. It's all about flirting, the beginnings of something that's gonna take it to a point of completion, like completion in happiness. Tens always break down to a 1, which again would be the Ace of Cups, right? So it's like a point of completion before you start something new. Now we've got another 10 here. Okay, and this breaks down to an Ace of Pentacles as well. So dear Capricorn, in just a few words, it's as though you've got 3 aces here, right? And this is not a joke. This is funny. There are aces, there are 1s. This is an 11 here. You've got the number 11 here. Beautiful, absolutely. Now, if we look at the 10 and the other 10, that equals 20. There's the Judgment card. Being given another chance to begin again. Now, as I said, some of you may be letting go of a Libran individual, or it could be any other air sign, right? Now, for some of you, it may be Libra, and again, because we've got the Judgment card, there could be in their moon or their rising sign, again, we could be speaking of Scorpio. So Scorpio is very prominent here, as is Aries. Aries is like, the youth of the horoscope. It is new beginnings. Aries is also ruled by Mars. So Aries and Scorpio are both ruled by Mars. Now, Scorpio, of course, is the 8th house. It's got to do with death and transformation, other people's money, shared resources, sexual attraction, very deep and mystical stuff. Jupiter is bringing everything up and clearing the way, your path forward. Very important position for Scorpio, especially with Jupiter being there. So could it be that you are dealing with Scorpio energies? Very strong here. So death and transformation, not physical death. This is a metaphorical death, okay? This is like starting anew. Now, with Saturn in your sign, Pluto is all about death and transformation. Again, Saturn, Pluto, and Mars are all in your sign, dear Capricorn. So you are moving through tests. You are everyone at a different pace, obviously, because not everyone is born at the same time. So you are going through major tests and major clearing of the slate for new beginnings. Now, if we look at this diagonal position here with the 4 of Cups and the 10 of Pentacles, if we are talking about business, whatever offer is on the table, you need to take it, because this is the divine card, the divine message planetarily. What is going on is behooving you. This is a very good time for you. Now, the only card that is a little bit worrisome is the 8 of Swords. But again, this is your intellect. This is your mind. I think using too much mental energy and not being so grounded, dear Capricorn. But do know that with the 11 here, with this 11, and if we look at it, if we look at the cardinal numbers, 11 are 2 ones. So there are aces here all over your reading. If we look at this diagonal position, if we add these 2 numbers together, they add up to a 9. Now, we've got 9 would be the Hermit, right? And the Hermit is someone who is very spiritual, someone who goes within, looks at that lantern, receives the download. Now, do know that being a major arcana, this is a very important position. Just looking at this line here, and as I said, what is rooted here is a new beginning. At the top of your reading, having the 10 of Cups, what can I say? If you are starting all over again, look at this. Whatever you feel creatively, whatever you are starting is going to be something very, very beneficial for you, very good for the family as well. Now, some of you may have also the support of the family. Now, for those of you that are single in the hidden position, there is a very strong sexual energy around you. Okay? Now, again, if we are talking about Scorpio, that's what they're all about. Very strong sexual energy, power, And yes, it can be quite mystical, quite hidden, but do know that with this energy here, with your angel and your spirit guides calling you, going within, taking the energy of the hermit is going to give you that information so that you can begin again. Now, the star, beautiful quality, absolutely beautiful. If we add number 17, which it adds up to an 8. 8 is the strength card. It is being strong, keeping the hope, keeping the faith. This is a wish that is shining upon you, but you need to keep the faith. You need to know that you are being looked after. You are not alone. And standing in your truth as she is what's going to be the payoff for you. 8 also is the 8th house of Scorpio. Okay, dear people, I think I will leave it at that. I'm going to extend this reading on Vimeo for those of you that this resonated for you. You can receive a lot more information there. I take a lot more cards. For those of you that do not want to go onto Vimeo, just stick around if you want. The last part of this video does speak, I do speak of a bit of astrology, and also you can listen to the announcements in relation to what's going on with my channel. I am sending you my love and my blessings. Do stay well. Look after yourselves. Take care, and I will talk to you soon. Bye-bye. Okay, thank you for sticking around. For those of you that love astrology and that are interested in the announcements in relation to my channel, first of all, I would like to say that for Virgo, because the sun is going to be moving into Virgo, and today's actually the 14th of August. On the 23rd, the sun is moving into Virgo, so happy birthday to all you Virgo people out there. Just letting you know that for your birthday, the September readings, on the September readings, not in these readings, you will have the extended Vimeo reading uploaded onto YouTube, the whole reading for your birthday present from me to you with a lot of love. Now, in relation to the competition, for those of you that want to take part in the Facebook free reading, as I have said, I'm choosing one winner. So for those of you that have liked my page on Facebook, Divine Debut 11, the announcement for the winner will be made on or around the 20th of the month. So you've still got a few days where you can comment, like, and all that beautiful stuff that we do on Facebook, okay, to take part. I'm overwhelmed at how many people have done so. For those of you that are interested in winning, thank you so much. Unfortunately, only one person is going to win, and I'm going to be doing this every month. So just letting you know in advance. Now, I'd like to thank everyone for the support for the Vimeo readings. Thank you so much. The feedback and the support has been wonderful for Vimeo. Thank you so much. I really do appreciate all of you. Now, I'd like to also say, in relation to private readings, just letting you know that in the readings, in the 1 hour long readings for a personal reading, I always do incorporate astrology as well as the tarot. So I do look into your chart and I do go into a few things that are important. As I said, I look at the astrology and the tarot. Those two things work together for me for a more complete reading for you. Now, in the half-hour readings, I just briefly look at the main things. I don't go into the astrology a lot. So when you do order a private reading, I always want and need your date of birth and time, place, and like city and country of birth, as well as your birthday. That's what's very important. If you don't know your exact birth time, don't worry about it, okay? But if you do have the exact time, it's fantastic. Now, just letting you know also that the eclipses on the axis Leo Aquarius have finished finally after 18 months. So if any of you have got very important points or planets in Leo and Aquarius, know that those energies we are moving away from. The last eclipse that we had on the 11th, 3 days ago, that marked the end of the phases of the eclipses on Leo and Aquarius axis, right? So we're moving now into the axis Cancer, Capricorn. So again, those of you that have got planets and important points on that axis know that the next 18 months will be important for you. Okay, let's look into the astrology just briefly. Now, as I said before, today is the 14th of August, 2018. 2 days ago, on the 12th of August, Mars is retrograded, I should say, back into Capricorn, okay? Also, on August 19th, Mercury finally will be moving direct. It's going to be moving out of its shadow period, so give it till beginning of September when it will be clearly direct. So it's starting to, pass over the points of, the area where it retrograded. So it's starting to pick up pace, but it's still working through its shadow period for the next couple of weeks. But it's good that it's starting to move direct. So that's happening on the 19th of August. On the same day, we've got Jupiter trine Neptune. Now, Jupiter is in Scorpio. It is doing a beautiful trine to Neptune in Pisces, and that is the third consecutive precise trine that it's doing. It's the third trine, right, which is very important because it's done it 3 times, right? This is the third exact trine point that it's doing on the 19th of August. So there is a sense of culminating what it's trying to bring to us. So that trines are always very positive aspects, very flowing energy, beautiful, beautiful. If you can just imagine Jupiter, it's, the biggest planet, the benevolent planet. Neptune is the divine love. So yes, a beautiful aspect here on the 19th of August, which is bringing a lot of divine love to our lives. Now, just, take note of August the 19th. See what it brings into your life. Now, on August 23rd, the sun enters Virgo. So again, happy birthday to all you Virgo people. It's your solar return, which means that the sun is coming back to your sign. It's going to be in your sign, which is, what is the sun? It's clarity. It's the heart, right? It's warmth. It's everything that has to do with our heart center. So usually when we have our solar return, all the lucky things come back into our life. It's our time to shine. It's our time to be seen in the world and what we do in our lives. The sun always brings love, okay, true love, prosperity, all the beautiful things that deal with Leo, because Leo is ruled by the sun. Leo is the heart. It is anything that we have created, right? Anything to do with children, being lucky as well, taking risks, having fun. A lot of joy is coming in for Virgo. Good luck, Virgo. Now, on the 26th of August, we have a full moon in Pisces. Now, Virgo, Pisces is your opposite sign, so the full moon will be there. Full moons always speak of culmination, right? For those of you that are Pisces, right, Piscean people, there is a culmination happening on the new moon in Pisces. What did you wish for? It's coming to a culmination, okay, for you. Now, on the next day, on August 27th, Mars is going direct, finally. So at the end of this month, Mars is going direct. It is going to be moving direct, but it still has its shadow period to move through. So as long as it's going direct, you know, that is very positive. It still has a bit of time to work through that shadow period, but it will be picking up pace. So that is great to have. Now, a couple more things that I'd like to mention. So, Mercury is moving direct in 5 days from now. As I said, today's the 14th of August. In practically 2 weeks, Mars is moving direct. Now, a very important thing that is happening roughly in 3 weeks from now, Saturn will be moving direct. Wow. Okay, now Saturn we know is the difficult planet. It's restrictions, right? It's having to be grounded and doing the right thing so that we can receive. If we are standing in our integrity, whatever is happening in Capricorn. Now, for those of you that are astrology lovers, you obviously would know where you have Capricorn in your chart. Know that with Saturn moving direct, you've had the chance to work through whatever has been restrictive in your life. Know that that bracket of Saturn being retrograde was giving you the chance to do the work, put in the work, right? Trying to do things, redo things. Now it is moving direct. So I feel as though with Saturn moving direct, what you have been working through with Saturn being retrograde is going to come to the it's going to come, what's the word I'm looking for, to the forefront, right, for you to be able to move through. Again, I feel as though there is a point of receiving now. So whatever you have been working through and working on, with Saturn moving direct, you will have the inclinations of what is going to come to light, right? What you've put in, the hard work you've done, there will be a sense of receiving now. Also, in 4 weeks from now, so that would be roughly mid-month of September, Mars will be moving into Aquarius. Okay, so I think I will leave it at that. I don't want to keep you too long. Thank you all so much for taking the time out, for listening, for sharing, subscribing, and liking these videos. You are so appreciated. I will catch up with all of you for the readings of September 2018. Until then, stay well, stay blessed. And for those of you that are going on to Vimeo to watch the extended readings, thank you so much. Hope that they are helpful for you. Sending you all lots of love, lots of blessings. Bye for now.